have just destroyed, or I guess all of us in voting for Trump, might have just destroyed the legacy in its entirety. MSNBC's viewership has dropped by more than half. They're looking into the possibility of selling the network. CNN's viewership, particularly in key demos, has dropped like crazy. NBC is making drastic changes to the point where they're looking for pro-Trump hosts for The View. I just can't. I think that would actually almost make The View watchable. It would be very amusing. It'd be very amusing to see, Sonny Hostin or Whoopi Goldberg talking to a pro-Trump host. How would that even work? They would have to change the entire format of the show because there's 6 women screaming about Trump. That's kind of their current format. And that would have to change. But why are they doing this? Well, they're doing this because Trump's second victory made it very evident that the people wanted Trump. The people wanted Trump's policies. The people are tired of the media in its current form, and they're going to stop watching it and go to independent creators because guess what? Independent creators are right more often than the media are. The media have been sitting there talking about Trump's a Nazi, no one would ever vote for this guy, democracy's on the line, and then guess what? The people voted for Trump. It's hard to believe that we're in this world that we are, where the legacy media, the one that, when you think of the news, you think of the, the logo in the corner, the CNN, the Fox, the MSNBC, all of those. You think about those as the news. And it turns out that, they're not just the news, they're partisan hacks that, they're masquerading as news. It's opinions masquerading as news. And it's very, very difficult to fathom the fact that we're in a world where that doesn't matter anymore. And the left is not pleased about this, partly because they have hegemonic control of the media as it was. The new media has no controls over it. And this is why you see people like John Kerry saying that the First Amendment is a roadblock to governing, because when the First Amendment exists, then the legacy media is no longer a monopoly. Right now, they are collapsing internally. I saw a metric that said MSNBC was down to about 50,000 key demo viewers, which is absolutely insane. 50,000. How many YouTube channels are bigger than that? And that's MSNBC. That's really, really crazy. It's amusing to watch. The idea of NBC trying to bring on pro-Trump hosts to The View is one of the funniest things that I've heard in a long time. I cannot imagine it. I just cannot imagine it. Seeing Navarro or Whoopi Goldberg having to be civil to someone who likes Donald Trump. That's really funny. 007AZ, Trump, woo. Yeah, Addie says, hey, what's up, Addie? Reagan Reichert, vote for me. You have my vote, buddy. Saberzada, did Biden want war to go? Did he want the war to keep going? Yes. Addie, is Trump even good? I think Trump will be good. I think Trump will be fine. I think we'll have a good presidency. Between Israel and Palestine, Sabir? Yeah. Yeah. Biden saw a lot to gain by the war, particularly in, insider dealings and those sorts of things. The war in Ukraine as well. Giant money laundering operation for lobbyists. Politicians that want wars, generally speaking, want them because they stand to make money. Tyrone 1, fake Democrat. Bet you voted red. I did vote red, and I'm not a Democrat. Never have been a Democrat. Never wanted to be a Democrat, actually. I've always been an independent. When I turned 18 years old and I registered to vote, I registered as an independent. And I didn't vote until 2016, even though I could have voted in 2012 and 2014. Addie, what will happen to him on November 26th? What are you referencing? I'm not sure what you're referencing. Are you talking about the sentencing? Because I think that's November the 19th, and I don't think that it matters, but I think that it'll all get thrown out. All the charges will go. Trump's not going to jail. The felonies will be gotten rid of. Sabir Sabirzada. Israeli soldiers like Armenians, so Palestine is like Azerbaijan. Armenians killed Azerbaijanis in 1990 and 92. Yeah, sure. Tyrone 1. Come to Germany, Stuttgart. You are invited. I don't know what Stuttgart means, but I'd love to go to Germany. My dad was in the army and he was stationed in Germany for a little while. But sadly I've only been to Paris, but only on a plane layover. So I had like a couple of hours, and then I was on to Moscow. So I've only spent a very limited amount of time in Europe. It was about 6 or 7 hours, I think, in Paris. Anyway, yeah. But what do you guys think? Do you think is the legacy media is now, you see these media ites. Who's that guy of CNN that just said, that he's not going to get his contract renewed, so he's going to try podcasting. The future is podcasting. It's live streaming. It's being an independent journalist who doesn't have to answer to a party, because the legacy media is all answering. They're essentially an extension of the left wing, except for Fox, which is an extension of the rhinos, the old guard Republicans. So it's a lot of the journalists are finding it more freeing, and they can also make more money by being themselves and having their own companies or their channels, those sorts of things. Bob Cox, Trump thumping them. Yeah. Flame Guy, would you ever go bald if it was necessary? I actually, like, I've had the same hairline since 8th grade, though. I have like a pretty far back hairline on the sides. But I've had the same hairline since like 8th grade, so I'm not actually worried about that. Tyrone, Moscow is beautiful too. Moscow is beautiful. I enjoyed my time in Russia. I was there for several months. 1,000 Smiles, says Cassie Thomas. Not sure what that means. Sabir Zaid. By the way, I am Azerbaijani and live in Azerbaijan. COP29 is going on in our country. Azerbaijan is a really cool place because the most dominant world chess champion of all time is from Baku. Garry Kasparov. Birdman said that's right. 1,000 Smiles. You guys here? Oh, he's looking for other people. Pinoid, we ain't falling for that propaganda crap no more. Yeah, people are leaving legacy media in droves. They're all, it's less than half of their ratings are less than half of what they were in April. It's crazy, man. Addie, it's 2:38 a.m. here in India. Well, it's 3 o'clock where I'm at. Birdman says Jesus loves you all. Some Russian person says you are handsome and cute. Well, thank you, Russian person. Kenneth Williams, Trump power. Bob Cox, LA Times just fired all their editors. Did they really? That's hilarious, dude. Wait, weren't they the one that refused to endorse Kamala and it pissed a lot of people off? Them, and then the Wall Street Journal, and then several others. I think it's kind of funny. Malike Dogan, merhaba. I don't know what that means. Olympics fanatic. Are you a doctor? I'm not a doctor. I'm a therapist. Not like the psychological kind. I'm an occupational therapist, which means that when people have like a stroke or a hospitalization, I go to their house and work on getting them stronger and able to do the things that they need to do. Flame Guy, like the stream, guys. It helps. Yes, please like the stream. Give it a thumbs up. Helps other people find it. I don't have as much time as usual. So the more people that get on, the better. Bob Cox, they know it's coming. Correct. The Russian person says, Kasparov pretends to be Russian opposition, though he's not Russian. He abandoned his child. He is a bad person. I actually don't know a whole lot about Garry Kasparov's personal life. I was a big fan of his. I played chess professionally for a couple of years, and I was a big fan of Garry Kasparov. His style, everything. I really, and I enjoyed reading his books about about like my great predecessors, the former world champions before him. So that's pretty much what I know about him. I did know that he went up against Putin in an election and got destroyed, but I don't know anything else, to confirm or deny what you're talking about there. Sabir Sabirzadeh, the Zionists play Counter-Strike against civilians. Do you know the meaning of Counter-Strike? I mean, I know what those words mean, and I know what it means, like in a tactical sense, but maybe not in the specific sense you're talking about. Bob Cox, you can fool some people sometimes. You can't fool all the people all the time. I think they can, actually. But yeah, I agree. I think we finally broke through that, though. Like, people are finally realizing, oh my God, this was such a resounding victory for Trump that the legacy media can't really hide and pretend it's a fringe minority of extremists supporting him anymore, because it is indeed the majority. Jesse Miller, have you ever screamed at a client, just get up and give me 10 steps, just 10 steps? No, but I do remind them that if they don't get up and move, they might die in some cases, because that is true, and sometimes they need to hear it. Addie, what's right or wrong depends on who you are asking the question. Sure. Think again. Are you happy with the decision to be an OT? I am. I really like my job. The only difficult part about it is how expensive college was. I had to work 3 jobs to get through, and I still ended up with some student loans. Not enough to offset the amount of money that I make. It's very good. It is good money, and you can pay your loans off pretty easily, generally speaking. But you have to be smart and work through college. Like, you absolutely have to. Thumbs up, by the way. It helps, guys. It helps other people find the stream. Jesse Miller, I used to be good at chess. I haven't played regularly since Boy Scouts. Cool. Now I suck. RJJ. Oh. Oh, I'm not saying that, but that's a funny joke. Jesse Miller, the Great Awakening of the Normies. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. The normies finally realized that the media was lying to them after we've been screaming that at them for a long time, like a decade. Sabir Zada. Biden said once, I support Armenia. So he is a pro-Armenian president. I guess. I don't know enough about that, honestly. I wish I knew more. By the way, if you guys have any recommendations for books to learn more about, like, European geopolitics, let me know, and put it in the chat or in a comment on one of my videos, because I want to learn more. I want to be better at this. Like, the more I do this, the more I like it, and the more I want to do it more often. I would love to be able to, like, go and talk to people and have more time to do it. 2 or 3 things would have to happen. One, I'd have to get better at it, because I fully recognize, despite the fact that I make videos and do lives pretty much every day, I'm not as good as I need to be, and I don't have all the equipment that I need. And number 2, it'd have to be at least, somewhat lucrative, so that I could justify spending the amount of time that I do on it. But yeah. Nell, can you do a South accent? I don't think I can. I did graduate school in the somewhat South, and so I picked up a little of it while I was there, but I don't have a Southern accent. I'm not very good at it. I sound like Forrest Gump when I try to do it. Nell, bro just pulled 525 pounds for reps. Are you talking about me? Yes, I did. If you're talking about my deadlift. Olympics fanatic, are you married? I am. Michael Wilbur, trade school. Trade schools are better value for your money if you're not, if you don't go and get, like, a graduate degree, generally speaking. Like, if you do, like, engineering, that's good value for your money. If you do, like, medical school or physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, you can generally make your money. You make plenty of money. You can generally work your way into 6 figures with those therapy jobs, and it's not all that difficult. But yeah, trade school, generally speaking, is a great option. Internet money. I want to see Kamala do the Kim Kardashian break the internet photo shoot. I don't want to see that. What's wrong with you? Jesse Miller, my uncle did your job out in Arizona for years. Got sick of the medical industry. Yes, I think, but I'm optimistic, because I think that the future of the medical industry is monthly memberships to clinics, and I'm actually working on a project with a physical therapist to make something like that happen, which I think would be super cool. JE, are you from Seattle, Washington? Initially, yes. I don't live there anymore. The market for starting new businesses is very tough in Seattle. That's a big part of why I'm not there anymore. But it's very expensive, and my politics don't align with the majority up there. DJ Diddy, Dexter Morgan, Michael Wilbur, New World Order. Sure. RJJ, that was a good dodge. Throbbin Williams, can I get a shout out, please? All right, Throbbin Williams. That sounds very sexual. David Keitchline, wake up. Wake up is the go-to word. Trump 2024. It really is. The legacy media, like they did a great job of, slowly lulling people to sleep and to not pay attention to what was going on. And now people are realizing, like, oh my God, especially key demo people. Like the vast majority of people that watch network news are friggin' like over 70. Like I'll walk into a patient's house and there'll be, two 75-year-olds sitting there just watching MSNBC, and that's all they do. I had a little old lady, like almost in tears before the election. She was telling me that I didn't put her in tears. She was watching MSNBC and they were talking about Trump's Madison Square Garden rally and calling it a Nazi rally and stuff. And she was like bawling her eyes out. She was so scared that Trump was going to come in and be Hitler. And that right there is like, oh my God, this is nuts. And now that Trump has won, a lot of people are finally realizing, oh my God, it's always been bullshit. Always. Hey, everybody thumbs up. There's about 70 people watching. Only 6 thumbs up. The thumbs up help other people find it. I appreciate it. Nell says, bro wants to be Michael Kirk and debate college kids. You mean Charlie Kirk? And no, not at all. I don't like that sort of thing. I like talking to the chat. Talking to the chat is fun. Michael Wilbur, we made a mistake, said Hitler. The Goebbels Diaries, 1939. I'm not sure what you're talking about, dude. Sorry. Russian girl says, Brzezinski, great chessboard. Have you read it? I have not. I'll have to take a look at it. Throbbing Williams, I'm from Texas where we ride swangers and put diamonds in our necklace. What's a swangers? Are you talking about, never mind. Michael Wilbur, who invaded Poland in 1939? The Nazis. What are we talking about? I'm not sure. DJ Diddy, Lil Yachty, Nelson the Third Reich. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. Let me scroll down a little bit. Bob Cox, RFK just got nominated for HHS. Good. I was a big fan of RFK before he dropped out. I would have voted for him over Trump. I'm glad that he got this position. That's great. Sabir, Trump is a blonde, handsome president. Biden has no smartness. I wouldn't say Trump is handsome. Did you see that late night, was it Kimmel? Where he let them flip his hair back, and you can see he's got like bald back to here, and he's just combed it over. Jesse Miller. Also, this phone method is the new way. Don't bother with the Yeti mic, good camera anymore. It's been rendered obsolete. Short vids, I still like Adobe, but the price is insane. Didn't even renew StreamYards. Yeah, well, the thing is, YouTube got overproduced. It got to be too big. Too many people were trying to be like the networks. They got the headphones, they got the podcast, they got 5 co-hosts, and what people really want is to feel like they're heard, and for us to, and to be paid attention to be able to talk. And that's my purpose of doing these streams, is to like let people say what they want to say and then discuss it. I think that's more productive than having somebody just talking on the microphone. Now, at a certain point, the audience gets too big and you can't keep up with the chat, which is like when my lives get up to like 500-600 people watching at the same time, then I'll be like, hey, if you really want me to read it, you have to put it in a super chat. Like, not because I care about the money, but because it's hard to find your chat and I just get lost. You know what I mean? But YouTube needs a system where you can like have highlight comments, but I don't even know how you would do that because everybody would highlight their own comment. I don't know. Sabir, are Americans are blonde or black? Both. Tom says that rally was disgusting, though. What exactly was disgusting about it? I mean, it was a rally. It was a political rally. Some guy told jokes that a lot of people didn't like. Whatever, I don't care. That rally was not disgusting. A Russian person said, why does American media portray Putin as a Trump-like person, whereas Putin destroys Russia with Islamic invasion, same as American Democrats? Because in the American media wants Trump to be evil, so they compare him to Putin. That's what's going on. Joe Blow, J.D. Vance, Trump is America's Hitler. Yeah, back in the day, he was a never-Trumper. Bob Cox, J6 trials on hold, pardons are coming. Yeah, I think he'll pardon most of them. Any of them that did anything like that broke the law, I think they'll just do time served, and then he'll probably pardon the rest of them. Jesse Miller, spent 8 years in the meme wars. Here's to my shit posters. Yeah, dude, since Gamergate. I've been watching this go on since Gamergate. Nell, you unknowingly are going into the southern accent. Am I? I don't think I am. I did have a lot when I played semi-pro football for one season. I had a lot of teammates that were from like South Georgia, and I did pick up a little of it, but I don't think so. Uh, Michael Wilbur, Germany and Russia invaded Poland in 1939. That's right, they had a treaty, and they divided Poland between them. It's terrible. Hey, everybody, thumbs up. It helps other people find the stream. I really appreciate it. Mikolai Filiniak, come to Moscow. I've been to Moscow. I like Moscow. I don't think I'll go there right now, considering the political conditions. The hardest thing about going to Moscow, by the way, I got off the plane and everything was in Russian, and I had no phone service. I went to Russia with a backpack and a computer bag, and I had like nothing that I needed. I was lucky that my Russian friend that I was going there to who took me to the hotel. He was like 6'8" and he towered over the crowd. I was very lucky. Trey Martin, have you ever seen the show called Pimps Up, Hose Down? No. Felipe Tiempos, are you on food stamps? I am not. Jesse Miller, he pulled a hot wife. Are you talking about Trump? Oh, because Trump has Riz? I see what you're saying. David Kikeline, RFK is a great man, but he's not Trump. He's going to find out who murdered his father and uncle. Yeah, I think Trump has to release those files. I think he has to. His alliance with RFK kind of makes it such that he needs to do that. Uninspired. All of America has known he's had a comb over since 2016. I know. Everybody knows it. It's just, it's one thing to know it and another thing to see it. It's very amusing to see. Don't get me wrong. I don't care. I just think it's funny. Mikolai Filiniak. Michael, there was no Russia back then, only USSR. Well, that's true. Let's scroll down a little bit. Joe Blow, Trump pulled a hot wife. Who is trying to come to America? Coincidence? Felipe Tiempos, you look like you sell candy bars at the park. In Scrubs? Is that what it is? Is it the Scrubs? Is that what makes me look like I sell candy bars? Tom, America for Americans was disgusting. Why is that disgusting? Why is America is for Americans? It's not to say that there's no immigrants allowed. That's to say that immigrants that come here must come through the correct channels with the intention of becoming Americans. It's not to say, it's saying that America is not for the entire world to just come in and become American by illegally coming across the border. That was the point. Nell Hinchcliffe is a legend. Yeah, it's pretty amusing. Michael Wilbur, people only hear that Germany invaded Poland. No, the USSR definitely. The USSR was Germany's ally until they had that non-aggression pact until Germany breached it, which that was really stupid on Hitler's part. He should have beat the UK first and then gone after Russia. Jesse Miller, Joe, if you could pull a hot wife 30 years your junior, go for it. I'll clap for you. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. Felipe Tiempos, when was the last time you watched porn? Oh God, a long time ago. I'm married. I don't need that. Kerry Wilgers, if Diddy does, he will always be remembered as the Diddler. Let's see. Russian girl. Okay, why do Republicans never cover what really happens in Russia and rely only on people like Kasparov, Democratic rats and liars, imposters? I think for the most part because Republicans don't really care. I don't know. I mean, I'm an independent and I don't particularly care too much, like day to day what goes on in Russia because I don't live in Russia. Like I care more about our own politics. And frankly, I think most people don't really know because all we see is state-sponsored media from Russia. So who knows what's actually true? Let's see. I'm going to scroll a bit. Am I a med rep? No, I'm not. I'm an occupational therapist. Jesse Miller. Melania had already come to the United States, by the way, for modeling contracts. She's already working here. I don't know. I don't care. You shouldn't be supporting Hitler. I do not support Hitler. Fun fact. Donald Trump is not Hitler. Hand 3W man. Moscow was going to invade Poland as a precursor to creating a two-front war for Germany either way. Were they? I mean, I know that Stalin was a devious person in his own right, but I don't know that he was planning on attacking Germany before Germany attacked him. I truly don't know. I don't know enough about that. Tom, England for the English, Germany for the Germans, America for the Americans has a strong association to the Nazi party / far right. I mean, I think you're reading way too much into that. James Epps, do you have children? I have a daughter. Mike Kins, mentally ill scumbag. Wow, that escalated fast. I'm going to scroll a little bit because I think I'm losing the chat. Joe Blow, let's not pretend Trump is only trying to restrict illegal immigration. During his first presidency, he restricted all forms of immigration. Sure. I mean, until we get it all sorted out, I mean, I don't care if our immigration process is more difficult. I don't know what policies he specifically did that you're talking about. I'm just going to assume you're right for the sake of argument, but. Tom, you'd have to be going out of your way to not see beyond the surface level meaning. I think you have to go out of your way to see it the way you're seeing it. Sorry, I disagree with you. Bogdan, are you afraid of tariffs? No, I made a video about it yesterday. You go check it out. Jesse Miller, dickhead Stalin, Lego Boy, what has Trump done yet? Trump is not even in office. He's picked his cabinet. James Epps, Donald Trump is the president. You like it or not? That's true. He is the president, whether you like it or not, and I voted for him, so... Russian girl, U.S. is being destroyed now, same as Russia was destroyed in 1917. You don't know what's going on. Oh, I do know. It's Yuri Bezmenov talked about it in the 80s. Is Bezmenov? Is that right? Did I get his name right? Talking about ideological subversion. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Yuri Bezmenov. Yes, that's it. Danny Cochran, afternoon, sir, from Nashville, Tennessee. How's it going, buddy? Lonely fans, 15% of viewers like this conversation. I know, isn't it sad? More people should give it a thumbs up. Tom, I think you're not reading enough. Well, cool. I mean, I disagree. I don't really know what do you want me to do, you know? Michael Wilbur says Stalin knew that Germany was going to invade. Sure. Says, isn't Trump an adjudicated rapist? No, that is incorrect. I mean, I don't think I need to get into that any further, do I? If you think that Trump is an adjudicated rapist, then you need to go take a look at what you're talking about again. Go look at the case, see what happened, look at the circumstances surrounding it, and if you come back and you actually believe that everything that was presented in that case is true, fair, and accurate, you're out of your mind. Jesse Miller, trying to link Donald Trump to either fascism, socialism, or Nazism is laughable. I agree. Tom, well, if that's it, that's it. If you're not curious about why it's linked to Nazism and just want, I know the quote you're referring to, Tom. I know what you're talking about. I just disagree with you that's the point of Trump saying that. I don't think Trump is a Nazi. I don't think Trump is a fascist. I think that if you think that, then you've been a little bit brainwashed, but that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me either. I don't care, but I'm just giving you my thought. Russian girl says, immigrants feel entitled now. They're corrupted by commies. Disgusting. America for Americans, Russia for Russians. Michael Wilbur said 11 months prior, the USSR was moving machinery back behind the mountains. Were they really? I didn't realize it was that far before. That's crazy. Lance Miller, MAGA for life. There you go. Brittany said, so he's not in office, but stocks already jumped through the roof because he was like, yeah. Hi, Brittany. How's it going? The Russian girl says it's what? How do you say your name in Russian, by the way? I don't speak Russian. I've been there, but I don't speak it. Joe Blow, what podcast do you listen to, if any? I listen to Joe Rogan once in a great while, but to be honest, like, I'm not a big podcast person. I read books, and when I'm driving, I'll listen to news. I'll listen to like clips from mainstream news. I'll listen to people who are commentators, so like Steven Crowder, Tim Pool, David Pakman, Kyle Kulinski, and then I just kind of once in a great while I'll venture into Vosh or the Surfs territory to see what they're all about. I despise both of those channels, but I think it's important to listen to them. Jesse Miller, you're at a 2-hour interview and a 2-hour lecture. Prerequisite material. Yes, he did. The Gulag Archipelago is a good read too. That has to do with a lot of that sort of thing. When Jordan Peterson first became prominent, I read the Gulag Archipelago and One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich. Those are pretty good. But although the Gulag Archipelago is like, that's a brutal read. It's like 3 books and they're all like. It's crazy, man. Clues. Sargon of Akkad on YouTube. Video he uploaded today. Was really interesting comparison to Rome. It's not too long. Oh, sweet. I've noticed he's been uploading a lot lately. I'm happy to see it. I used to watch Sargon back in the Gamergate days. Abolitionaire. Oh, you're a Trump stan. I'm not a Trump stan. I don't actually like Trump all that much, but I did vote for him, and I think that he was the better option. And I think he will be a net positive president. But I mean, one of the big reasons I voted for him was RFK. I liked RFK the best. Brittany said Trump put specific policies in to combat trafficking. Sure, yeah, he did. Jesse Miller, that woman was crazy, and she lives with rats. Sweet. Says a jury of his peers decided he non-consensually assaulted a woman in a changing room. Yeah, a jury of his peers, after she came out after the statute of limitations, and they changed the law so that she could bring the course against him. It was something that happened 30 years ago, and every single piece of evidence was hearsay. There was a reason it was civil, not criminal. Russian girl says all the equality shit ended up in mass murders of scientists and writers and talented people in Russia. Higher education was destroyed. It had to be. They couldn't have anyone thinking for themselves. Jerry Jackson, change your name to Duh. Han 3W Man Wukong. Fundamentally, the majority of Trump's campaign involved 90s Democrat concepts. That is true. I was always pretty much on the left until the last 5 years. And now it's like, what am I? I guess I'm like a left-leaning libertarian. Is that a thing? I don't even know if that's a thing, but now it's like I'm definitely not on the left anymore. I guess I'm in the middle. I don't know. I disagree with conservatives on a lot of things too. Clue says, plus they wouldn't allow so much of the evidence in, but even what he's guilty of allegedly is not what the news is reporting. That is true. It says, or that he cheated on his pregnant wife and used campaign funds to cover it up. Part of family values. Oh, Jesus. Here we go again. I don't care. I'm not a Republican. If he cheated on his wife, that is none of my business. If he used campaign funds to cover it up, who the hell knows? That case is going to get thrown out, by the way. So, I mean, you're bringing up a bunch of stuff that is very much hearsay. The crime that he was convicted of with those 19 felonies was altering business records, which must be done in order for it to be a felony. It must be done to cover up another crime that was never adjudicated, which would have been paying to cover up. It was just the business altering business funds. Because that other crime was never adjudicated, that case will be thrown out. Even if the judge decides not to throw it out next week, it will be thrown out on appeal because it's absolute obvious bullshit. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Bogdan problem. What books, Jack, do you read? Oh, well, currently I'm reading the Wuhan cover-up by RFK. I've just recently started reading again after grad school, honestly, because I've been out of school for a couple of years now. But when you're in grad school, Jesus Christ, you're reading so many books. It's like I don't want to look at a book, Chris R., what's up? My brain hurts, and for once it's not because of trying to comprehend a lefty argument. I have a headache caused by a dental issue. Damn, man. That sucks. I hope you feel better. Hey, everybody, thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I do these lives pretty much every day. Usually they go on for hour and a half, and I'll do 1 or 2, sometimes 3 in a day. I just like talking to the chat, so it's nice. What book do I recommend? The Wuhan cover-up's a good one. So is the real Anthony Fauci, but I'm on a kick with RFK right now. Harry Blogs, Trump was found not guilty of the charge of rape, found guilty but never charged. I don't know what you're talking about. You need better grammar. Jerry Jackson, Trump is the president. Suck it up, lip turds. Chi-Town, what was the last book you read? Currently reading the Wuhan cover-up. Richard at the last on Myers. Hi, sir. How's your day? I wish you and your family always be healthy. Well, thanks. Same to you. Russian girl says, I am Agatha, but that's the name of my channel. I'm thinking of having a channel in English. There you go. Lego Boy says he's got to go. See you later. Chris R says, hey, I watched Sargon back in the old Gamergate days too. Is the Chris R for Chris Ray Gun? Joe Blow, Trump was found liable for sexual assault that the judge says rape or something like that. I think it was a finger allegedly. Maybe they don't actually let you grab him by the pussy. Oh, Clue said the video is about how Constantine made Christianity the official religion of Rome, which triggered mass destruction of everything civilized. Yeah, and comparing it to the woke ideology, I suppose. That's decent. Jesse Miller, Reading the Science of Being and the Art of Living by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. A little rudimentary, but enjoyable. The Art of Learning by Josh Waitzkin is a very good book. Josh Waitzkin was a professional chess player, and then he went on to win the world titles in Tai Chi Chuan, Moving Step, and Fixed Step. Very, very interesting guy. That's a great book. The Art of Learning, probably my favorite book. Jesse Miller, Donald Trump never raped anyone. That's a liberal fantasy. The woman stole her story from a TV show. Yes. Bogdan says, see my hearts. Joshua Tiff says, welcome to MAGA, Jack. Thanks. Jesse Miller says, the Overton window is dead. That's true. Bogdan Problem, glad you found the light. Sure. I mean, I haven't really changed my positions much. Maybe a little to the right, I can admit that, but not much. The left just left me behind, so. Clues, so Sargon of Akkad. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess properly, yeah. Let's see. Joshua Tiff, they don't even know what he was charged with. Yeah, that's true. Hey, by the way, everybody subscribe if you're not subscribed. This is going to be a shorter live, and I'd love for you to come back to a later one. I'm actually about to sign off of here because I've got to get home. But usually I go for an hour and a half. So you guys should definitely subscribe. It helps, and it helps me quite a bit. I just broke 2,000 subscribers on Sunday or Monday, and that was pretty cool. Joshua Tiff, they were misdemeanors that passed the statute of limitations. That is true. Yeah, all of that's true. Jared Gray, all cases are being tossed. All the federal ones, yeah. The state ones, they're gonna go too. They're gonna go too. Let's see. Jesse Miller, Trump just won the presidency in the popular vote. If you don't like him, maybe you're the problem. People can not like Trump. That's fine. Who cares? Jesus Christ, and you called. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Jesus Christ is the moderator on my channel, by the way. If that doesn't convince you to subscribe, then I don't know what will. But he is the moderator. Bogdan problem. Nice. Wuhan Lab by RFK will be on my list. Yeah, it's a good one. I'm going to scroll down a bit because I lost the chat. Sorry, guys. Clues. The meme that Elon posted a couple years ago, it showed him staying in one place and the left keep going left. It gets more relatable every day. Yeah, exactly. That is what happened. Joshua Tiff. Joshua Waitzkin was what the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer was about. That is correct. And I identified with him a lot because I played chess for a couple of years professionally, played and coached. And I actually got very frustrated with chess players. I love chess. I don't like chess players. And I quit and moved on from there. Went to college and played a year of semi-pro football. Was homeless for a while. Managed a restaurant. Put myself through college and got a graduate degree. I mean, it's been fun. But chess was kind of the starting point for me. It's pretty cool. Jesse Miller, subbed. You're chill. Thanks, buddy. Jesus Christ says, I love you, dude. I love Jesus, too. Jesus is great. Chris R., yeah, my positions are pretty much the same as they were in the late 90s, early 2000s. I generally always agreed with the right on economics and the left on social issues, but it all shifted left. Yeah, it shifted crazy. Flexo says, Chris, both the Dems and the cons are on the right. I think, oh, we got a bread tuber in the house. Says, if it was hearsay and made up, why did a jury of peers in two separate trials decide against Trump? Oh, Jesus, because they literally picked New York to do this trial, and it's the only place that would actually do that trial because everywhere else was like, this is total bullshit. And New York is New York, and there's no way to get a fair trial when you're Donald Trump. There is that. Joshua Tift, me too. I still play chess. I was a 2200 rated player at one time. Me too. I actually was an expert. My FIDE rating was 2213. That was my highest FIDE rating. Let's see. Jesus Christ says Jack has the coolest origin story. I'm like Batman, you know. Shay Myers. Oh shit, you're from Seattle. That's where I got my fear of birds. Dude, the seagulls in Seattle. Either that or you must be a San Francisco 49ers fan. One of the two. Let's see. Clues. We need to hear the T someday. What was frustrating about chess players? Oh, names, of course. Sounds interesting. Oh, dude, chess players have a pathological need to be right about everything. The ones that are really good, at any rate, and it's just hard to have a conversation with them. But I'll get into that another time. Um, by the way, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here. I gotta get home. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thumbs up if you haven't. And thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Later.